Welcome. I'm going to talk about something that comes to my mind. We're going to talk about emotionalist versus intellectualist, and why we need to find a balance. The name we need to name this video. As the world battles through philosophy and battles through arguing, what I believe, what I've heard on many other YouTubers. Well, not many other. I was watching a YouTube video about the new movement being a religion, and I think it's true in a sense. It's true in a sense. You say anything against the movement and you're automatically labeled a racist. It's a trap movement. What I mean by that is, if you say you don't support Black Lives Matter, they're going to frame it as though you don't like black people, which is a fallacy. First of all, it's one of those things when you get into school and they say, I'm standing on support of, I don't know, anti kids getting shot program. But that they're not, they may be standing for that, but they mean something totally different than what you're willing to support. But they want to trap you into supporting them because by saying that if you don't agree with them, you hate kids. It's similar. But let me get sidetracked. I want to say one thing that's going to sum this thing. People don't like the truth. They try to, oh, you didn't. No, it ain't about that at all. They never cared for the truth to begin with. Now, let's get, as we prepared the map for this talk, emotionalist, I'm not an expert, but I'm going off what I noticed. So, this is my opinion, but take it with a grain of salt. Comment below. We can debate stuff. But let's get to the point. Okay, we have two sides, and maybe three. You have the emotionalist, we have the intellectuals list. Emotionalist people who are driven by their emotions and feelings. They base all their decisions off of how they feel and what they feeling like today. And you got the intellectuals on this side who base all their decisions on what they think and what facts are on the table. And then we have the third party. These people lie in the middle. They don't necessarily rely on emotions and in it completely, and they don't rely on facts completely. They go with what they have. Try to figure out where you lie in this spectrum. But in whichever side you're on, there are some risks for authoritarianism on both sides. Emotionalist authoritarianism can come in the form of trying to make you follow them through emotional manipulation. On the other hand, authoritarianism on the intellectual side comes from them thinking they know better than you do. You should believe them because they have facts on their side. Now, that may be true, but what may be a fact to you may not be a fact to them. But that neither here. There's only one truth. There is no your own truth. There is only one truth. Everything else is a lie. That's why I said before, people exchanging don't like the truth. They run from the truth. Exchanging the truth for a lie. That's in the Bible. You're exchanging the truth for a lie. In exchange for a lie, emotionless black people fall on this spectrum. They're not everyone, not every black person, but there's some intellectual black people and there's some emotionless black people. Where do they fall? in the majority, they're scattered. You can't say that most of them are emotionalist, and there are very few that are intellectual. But I'm not saying that emotionalists don't have a brain or not intelligent. It's just that they put that second before they put in their emotions first. Intellectuals put their brains first and their emotions second. That it's very hard to find the balance between the two. Being in concert with your emotions and your intellect, and be able to express yourself with both. You see a lot of these emotionalists, radical emotionalists out there demanding stupid stuff. That's because they're not using their brain. They're only using their emotions. And they demand stuff that is so out there and crazy and irrational. We know what happens when you get angry and you ask for irrational stuff, and you know daggone well can't be made possible because you're angry. It's only when you calm down and start thinking rationally is when you start asking for actual rational stuff. But this doesn't happen on that side. When you got radicals, it never happens. They never cool down. They're always outraged. They always find something to get angry about. The next day, they're stuck on the past. Intellectuals, on the other hand, they 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 worship statistics as though it's the end all of end all. Now, yes, statistics is a story, like telling you a part of the story that could guide you, but it isn't the all telling thing. There's not added in the statistics that need to be considered and put to the table when you're considering talking about statistics. You can't rely solely on the black and white paper because there's some things that have not been put on the table. You need to put on the table and put the whole picture together. Why do we need to find a balance? We need to find a balance because all we see today in America is people fighting one another, beating people up in the streets because they disagree with them. It's ridiculous. Your media is instigating violence in the streets. Your politicians are instigating violence in the streets for their own political gain. The media doing it for their own business practices of getting for a story. This is what you're seeing here is only a fragment of what's to come. It's going to get worse, my God. It's evil, this wicked stuff. People need to realize this. That's why we need to find a balance between emotionalism and intellectualism, so that we can all come together on a thought. But we're not allowed to have free thoughts. People are busy lying and exaggerating facts to fit their narrative. It's how you call propaganda. Exaggerate a fact that can easily disprove and claim that somebody's a racist if they disagree with you. The best way to shut that argument is calling someone a racist. But fact of the matter is this: truth is the truth, no matter what you're looking at. When you talk about police brutality, it doesn't just happen to black people; it happens to everybody. It's coming from somebody who took criminal justice, has a degree in it. I'd rather take it knowledge from somebody who's in the field than somebody who don't know a dang thing and never been in the field day in their life. It's just facts. Because you don't know what it's like to be a police officer. You looking on the outside, looking in. Nobody cares about your opinion, what you think they should do, what they think they shouldn't do. You are not a police officer. Man, your life is not. When your life, you go out there and put your life in line to serve this country as a police officer. Then you can tell us what you think the right way of doing something is. Not everybody does the right thing. When the guy reaches for your taser, everybody in the mama knows that you asking to lose your life if you reach for a gun, reach for anything on the police officer's body, you, you're going to get shot. It is black and white, plain as day. It didn't matter whether he deserved to get shot or nobody cares about the fact that he's somebody's child. The fact of the matter is he shouldn't have been doing something dumb. If it was my brother and it was me and he did something dumb like that, he'd probably get shot too. But the fact of the matter is he'd get slapped. But it's not my brother, nor my mother, nor my sister, okay? Because they would, first of all, I wouldn't be called out to there for my own really, because that's not how police work. It would never happen. Okay, first of all, the criminal probably, if it was somebody related, they wouldn't be there to come and try to fight me anyway. Okay, so that's stupidity logic at its best. Okay, versus this is emotional. We're talking about emotionless logic don't make sense. If I was a cop and there was an incident that involved somebody that was related to me, they wouldn't be calling me to go do it. Most of the time, unless they didn't know ahead of time. Usually, that if they knew who it was, they ain't gonna call me to do it. Now they might, but family members don't get in, are not allowed to run their own cases. I guess it's probably just for detectives, but that's not here nor there. If you're a detective and you're investigating the case and the suspect happens to be somebody related to you, you would be taken off the case immediately. But that neither here nor there. You will never hear about cases of white people getting brutalized by police because it doesn't fit the news media's narrative. You do not understand that. They bury those news because it doesn't fit their narrative. They don't care about that. They only care about propping up a narrative. Now, I'm not saying that police brutality doesn't happen to black people. It does. It's like it happens to Mexicans, Asians, all kinds of people. They're not going out there hunting black people. White people stop saying that nonsense. No, it's like they exaggerate. First of all, the guy at Wendy's, let's talk about that. I heard about it just recently. Forgot what his name was, but he got shot in front of Wendy's because he tried to reach for a taser. And people say, oh, he shouldn't have got shot. It wasn't a gun. It was just a taser. I don't care if it was a taser, a pencil, or you shouldn't be reaching for anything on the police officer. Now they're going to shoot you if you try to reach for anything on their body. You are now become a threat. Okay? It doesn't matter whether it was a lethal weapon or not. A taser can disable you as much as a gun can. Back then, if you got the taser and you shot him with it, he'd be discombobulated for a minute. Who knows what happened? I don't care if you don't like that argument, but that's the fact. You got to deal with the reality of life. Okay, reality. Don't do nothing stupid while you're being stopped by the police. You won't get shot. Okay, 99% of the time. You won't get shot 95% of the time. 90% of the time, I'm going to give you good credit. 90% of the time, you won't go get shot. And most of those shootings are by black officers, by the way, not by white cops. If you want to separate it by race. But the matter is this. We need to stop talking about races the way history. Never history's never going to go away. You do know that, right? History is never going to go away. You'll be talking about history for the rest of your life till you die. Okay? It's never going to go away. These people were not alive hundreds and hundreds of years ago during slavery. So they're not at fault for slavery. Those people done died already. Long time ago. Just because they were born with the same thing. And most of those people were immigrants. So technically speaking, they weren't even here in this country during slavery. And you ain't even mad at the Africans who sold you into slavery. Like, yeah, no, it was an African slave trade. It wasn't a European slave trade. It wasn't the United States slave trade. It was called the African slave trade for a reason. But you're not mad at people who sold you. You're mad at the people who bought you. Makes no sense. But the fact of the matter is, you can't do nothing about the past anyway. It really doesn't matter what kind of slave trade it was. Slavery has been around for over a long time. Since the beginning of the fall of man, slavery has been an institution in the world. So since people were able to make slaves out of people, it's been an institution. Everybody's been a slave, not just black people. Everyone has been a slave. And pretend them have been slaves multiple times. We only been slaves once. But technically speaking, we've been through struggles. Everybody's been through struggles. It's not what MLK wanted. Okay, Martin Luther King didn't want y'all bringing up, digging up old dirt, old skeletons back in the day. It don't matter back in the day. You can't do nothing about the past. You can't do nothing about the Juneteenth day. You can't do nothing about slavery. You can't do nothing about the race riots. They already done happened and done gone and done been by. And most of those people have been dead who who did it. Back people to sit on Facebook. You burdening people forever, for a lifetime, because you want to hold on to the past so you can have something to be angry about. They can't help how they were born. Just like you can't help the way you were born. You were born black. They were born white. They can't help it that they're the majority. Just like you can't help it that you're a minority. Stop being racist. You're being just like they were, and you can't even see it because you're so busy being hypocritical. And the matter is, you're so busy playing the blame game. I'm busy calling people racist. You don't even know what racism is anymore. You just call anything and everything racist. Criticism, racist. Putting up factual evidence, racist. You can't even be anti-racist without being racist. The matter is, that's ridiculous. But that's what we are boiled down to. A whole bunch of easily offended people who do nothing but get offended by just about everything under the sun. They have gone so far as to edit old cartoons because of today. Oh, it's offensive. Elmer Fudd with a rifle is offensive because my feelings are hurt, and now I'm offended because Elmer Fudd is trying to shoot a rabbit with a gun. I guess he's going to have to figure out how to shoot the rabbit, kill rabbits, hunt his food without using the gun. I'd like to see them try to kill a rabbit with a gun. I mean, it's not impossible. It's very hard. But who gets offended by an inanimate object? By the way, it makes no sense. A lot of things in this makes foolishness, make things seem foolish. But back then, it's frustrating. I know a lot of people are frustrated with just all this racism spewing around. You talk about this country's deep rooted in racism when spewing out racism out of your mouth. Well, I wonder why. Because people like you who are feeding into the racism, you can't even see it. You feed into the racism. You don't even see it because you're so busy worried about racism. You're so busy pointing fingers at the other side being racist. You don't see your own racism. Oh, and though you go through the period of trying to change the definition like a 5-year-old who tries to change the rules in the game after it's already been established already. I'm gonna go complain and try to change reality. I'm going to go and call that Webster Dictionary and demand they add the word power to racism so my narrative can be correct. I lost the game. I'm losing. I lost. Okay, I had this argument and I lost it. So now I'm going to try to redeem myself by trying to change the definition of racism in the dictionary so I can win the next argument. Hello, Webster. I know I done called you like 500 times today, but can you please add the word power to racism so I can win my next argument? You know, I usually, when I argue with somebody about racism, they always bring up the definition, and the definition doesn't fit my narrative, and I need it to fit my narrative. So I need you to work with me here and change the definition. If you don't, you're racist. And you know this, right? You have to be racist To be not in order to be not racist, you have to change that definition. Because I determine what's racist or not. Because uh, I make that the majority, even though I don't. I make the majority. You don't know I do, but I do. Trust me, I do. Oh my goodness, there. That is terrible. Non-criminal calls. What determines non-criminals? But anyway, I'm getting all sidetracked. I'm trying to find something. But yeah, that goes to my point. Here is okay. Let's look it up. Give me a few minutes. I'm gonna talk. Might as well talk while I'm looking at this. This is ridiculous. I'm even right now looking on Facebook and all kinds of nonsense I'm seeing. Got the police talking about something. The mayor talking about something. We're no longer, the police are no longer going to respond to non-criminal calls. Now, what defines non-criminal? They wouldn't be called there. They weren't criminals. I mean, if, if it was legal, if it was legal for them to do it, it wouldn't be called a crime. Okay, obviously, legal domestic violence is a crime. Last time I checked. You mean non-violent crimes, you idiot? Like, that's not my. Yes. Oh my goodness, where do we go wrong in America? Somebody tell me. Oh my goodness. You mean non-violent crimes, not criminal, non-criminal? That's the stupidest term I've ever heard in my life. Because there's no such thing. Because if it was non-criminal, they wouldn't be called, would they? Duh. Shut up. Apparently, what they're doing is a crime. Right? You mean you're gonna purposely ignore crimes because they're not severe enough for you? Okay. They wait until they get beat up and then they be wanting to know why the police ain't show up to their house. Oh my goodness. Something. This is one thing you have heard. I'm gonna speak. This is from Matthew um, 5 verse 21. You have heard it said to the people long ago, you shall not murder, and anyone who murders shall be judgment subject to judgment. I tell you that anyone who's angry with his brother or sister will be subject to judgment. And again, anyone who says to their brother, Raka is answerable to the court, and anyone who says you fool will be in danger of the fires of hell. But that really is about talking about murder. But he goes even further. He says even you're angry with your brother. Angry. He doesn't want you angry. He wants you to love your brother. Because everybody is really your brother and sister. You do know that. Not your real, but everybody was created by God. Now everybody is supposed to love one another. Get along with each other. Not vilify or yeah, bad things happen to you. But it's the Christian way. Like we should understand that there's two entities, the world and Christians. Christians in the world. In the world, that's not gonna work. I mean, it should. I mean, because it should be teaching, showing them through example. But they're never gonna do it on their own. I'm just gonna put it out there. But this is very interesting. Let's go down even further to 43. You have heard that it was said, "You'll love your enemy neighbor and hate your enemy." But I tell you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you, and that you may be a children of your Father in heaven. He causes his sun to rise on the evil and the good, and sends rain on the righteous and the unrighteous. If you love those who love you, what reward will you get? Or not even tax collectors doing that? And if you're going to greet only your own people, what are you doing more than others? Do not even pagans do that. Be perfect, therefore, as your heavenly Father is perfect. Now, I'm just listening out several scriptures from something I really talks about. Why I want to talk about this particular thing. I mean, let's see it. Because I feel there's a religious version of this, and then there's the worldly version of this scripture. They may not be Pharisees and Sadducees, and they may not be wearing tassels, but there's a form you see it in the world. It's called virtue signaling. Like when I find it, he describes his Christians as sheep, and everybody else wolves. Because technically, that we sheep, innocent, white, innocent. Then we got like surrounded by a bunch of wicked people. Some may come at us like they're peaceful, but they're really wolves. It's like, but let's just. I am sending you out like sheep amongst wolves. There will be as shrewd as snakes and as innocent as doves. Be on guard, or you will be handed over to local council and be flogged as synagogues. On my account, you will be brought before governors and kings as witnesses to them and to the Gentiles. But when they arrest you, do not worry about what to say or how to say it. Or that time, at that time, you'll be given what to say. For it will not be you speaking, but the Spirit of your Father springing through you. Brother will betray brother to death, and the father his child. Children will rebel against their parents and have them put to death. You will be hated by everyone because of me, but the one who stands firm to the end will be saved. When you are persecuted in one place, flee to another. Truly, I tell you, you will not finish going through the trials of Israel before the Son of Man comes. This is the thing. He already says, hey, don't expect peace. I didn't come to bring peace. Don't think I'm coming to bring peace to the earth. No, 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 I'm not doing that. Mainly because the world is evil. And it needs to be cleansed before it can be really good. That's what the last. No. God's job. I mean, he didn't got a lot of these crazy people out here trying to do it. Got what God's supposed to claiming to be, I'm a prophet from Jesus, and he has sent me to gather you together here to this X some evil thing that ends up in them killing everybody, killing this whole everybody in themselves. No, that's not. I mean, you gotta be careful with these false prophets. They pretend to be. You remember that dude? I don't even know why I got. I don't see. Anyway, let's. I'm reading several scriptures for a purpose. But do not suppose I've come to bring peace to earth. I did not come to bring peace by sword. For I have come to turn a man against his father, a daughter against her mother, a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. A man's enemies will be the members of his own household. Anyone who loves their father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. Anyone who loves their son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. Whoever does not take their cross and follow me is not worthy of me. Whoever finds their life will lose it, and whoever loses their life for my sake will find it. These things are important in living. But there was something even more important that he's talking about. That I really want to get to a point too. If I can ever find it. It's when I can't remember when he said it though, that's the thing. talks about Pharisees and Sadducees and how they would parade around the fact that they are religious. They make a big show about how sanctified they was, and they flash around their religion as though they are practicing Jew. Look at us. Look how pious we are. And this is what talking about in the modern world when we see all these people parading around as though they are so woke. So look at me, look how non-racist I am. As though you need to prove to somebody that you're not a racist. That only adds the fact that anybody who has to do this is probably a racist. If they're not racist, they have some prejudice. They see people should not need to have to parade around the fact that they are not racist. You should know it by their actions, by their deeds, by their fruits. They would know. Criticizing someone is not necessarily racist unless the criticism is in a hateful manner, one, or it's not true, or they say they actually believe that all black people are such a thing, or criminals, or whatever, and they have some negative connotation against a race. That is the definition of racism, not things that hurt your feelings. Okay, is we're so easily offended by everything, from this table color to anything they'll find to get offended by it. It's sad. But those are not easily offended. I would never understand. People have rights. We live in a free country. We're seeing BLM all over the world. Some of it don't even make sense, but we see it. It's crazy. Just vile, evil people all over the place, beating people up for no reason. What media smearing people for no reason? On their ears, calling people far right who are not far right just because they disagree with them. People are getting thrown in jail in England for having a different opinion. It's freaking ridiculous. Being thrown in jail for what they believe is racist. Hate speech to them. Is hate speech subjective? That's because they have a bunch of woke people in the police department. That's what happens when woke people get power. They abuse it. You need to make up their own laws about what is right, what is wrong. They get to stick their nose in everybody else's business except for their own. See it in Japan, which makes absolutely no sense since they make up an ultra minority. It makes absolutely no sense at all for half of these countries to even have a BLM movement. It maybe Syria, but they'd probably get killed if they even thought about doing that. Japan, I definitely don't get because most of them are already natively Japanese. We hardly have any black people over there, and it's like people are always victims. They always make themselves out to be a victim. They can't do nothing in life because somebody's always getting them down instead of them going out there and trying. Emotionalists don't think first, they act first and think later. They act on impulse. They act on their feelings. They worship their feelings over rational thought, over the truth. Now after talking all about this stuff, it gets you frustrated when you hear it all the time. YouTube, social media. people, these politicians are pandering to people on Twitter as though they're the majority of their constituents. They are not. They're pandering to the, the most radical people you can think of as though they're the majority, and they're not. And it makes no sense for them to do it, and they wonder know why they don't never get voted into office. Stop pandering to the smallest, lowest common denominator of voters. Okay, you will get votes. You stop pandering to the more radicals of the group. Okay, stop pandering to the big mouths. Nobody thinks racism is okay. The deep rooted. You know how many times I heard the word the deep rooted roots of racist America. So, America's racist. Then why are you here? Hmm? America is racist. You wouldn't want to live in a place where racism is right. You would leave. But you're exaggerating your condition. You're exaggerating the life you live in America to fit a narrative. Exaggerations don't help nobody. Exaggerating the case does not help anybody. It's only been 9 unarmed deaths of black people in America last year, just last year. Only 3 this year. That's a total of 12 in the last 2 years. Statistically speaking, 12. That's not even a majority. It's a less than a percentage. It's not. It's so low that it's not even questionable. And you go, you put every black shooting is not an unjust shooting just because you think it is. Is I always ask myself, what do they find? What would be a just reason to try to take your life? They don't care about the police officer. They don't care about the other person because he's black. You don't think other people's lives matter other than your own. That's what we call narcissism. Narcissists don't care about other people but themselves. When people realize this, they shut their listening to people who don't care about other people but themselves. If feeling actually cared about other black people, they would be fighting for every black person, not just ones where white people are involved. They're there going around asking people to defund the police. And I'm kind of questioning who the heck you gonna call when you need help? Ghostbusters? Technically speaking, ghosts. Because if you defund the police, who's gonna save your life? Oops, I done defunded the police because I'm an idiot. Tell you that shit. This baffles me. Not every police officer is racist, okay? There's no law, there's no statute that states that targets black people in general. There isn't. Exaggerating. Which say it's not exaggerating, but y'all not gonna do it. No, you're not gonna do it. Y'all gonna keep doing what you're doing, and that's what it's gonna be all about. So I'm wasting my breath. I'm wasting my breath, and everybody else wasting their breath. Because you gonna keep doing it, what you're doing, because you don't got no sense. That's what you're gonna do. Continue speaking. You can't expect the wicked to make sense. You can't expect them to do what is the right thing. They're always gonna do wrong. They think right is wrong, wrong is right. They always rushing to defend the wicked person. Right, the fact is dead and wrong. They burned down a Wendy's, for crying out loud. Wendy's. These people are stupid. They're ruining their own financial. I don't even know how these people make money. I just don't understand how they make money. They're crying out for food. They're poor. They're crying out for food. You wouldn't need that problem. You know why you wouldn't have that problem if you start burning down your businesses and burning down your job and asking people to defund the police. Y'all want anarchy in the streets. ass and it's stupid to ask such a thing. Why to get rid of the judicial system? One of the pillars of the power of the government itself to help keep the balance of power in check. That's why they split up in three parts: legislation, the executive, and judicial. You take out one, where's the power? Where that one's going to go down? What power? Where you think that power's going to go? It's sure not going to go to the people. It's going to go straight to the executive office. You know, and most of y'all already trying to the person in charge got racist. You want to give him more power? Look at this. But the fact of the matter is this: too much time. No justice, no peace. Let me tell you something. You already didn't have peace to begin with. Number two, you need to let justice work. You, my God, didn't even give them a chance to respond to the situation before you start rioting in the streets. When they're angry, they're just protesting. Everybody needs to be on the board for just rioting and protesting. Everything, protesting and looting and rioting and burning your buildings down. Here's the difference. Yes, I see on Facebook. I know this is getting off topic, but it's how I do. I see on Facebook, of all places, everything Facebook, like friends on Facebook, acting dumb, comparing apples to oranges, and though it's the same thing, it is not. I don't care what Kaepernick does with his life. I don't care if he takes a knee for the flag. It's not my concern. He has a right to do so. Some people might have a problem with it. Some don't. But it's up. That's up to debate. People are angry, saying you're disrespecting the flag by kneeling on the flag. Well, I wouldn't say that he's causing more division than he is helping people. It's just not disrespecting the flag. I mean, we don't need to worship the flag. It's not a god, okay? Let's put it that way. I've always asked myself that question growing up. Why do people put so much emphasis on this flag? Not because I don't like this country. I love this country. But the matter is, why do they put so much emphasis on this flag? Yeah, I know what the flag represents. But to me, it's not an idol. I'm not going to get upset if someone kneels, not harming nobody. It's not destroying people's lives. You may think that they're being ungrateful. You may think that they're being a little bit disrespectful. That's your opinion. It's not a fact. It's just your opinion. That's how you feel. That's how you feel. That's how strong you feel about the flag. That's on you. It's like you don't want them throwing their craziness on you. You don't be throwing their craziness on them. Everybody want to be authoritarian and pointing their finger at each other about who's right and who's wrong. Media wants to throw morals in almost everything. Like, this is not morally correct. What the heck? What you're talking about has nothing to do with morals. It is not a moral thing. It is a matter of opinion. You stop making everything into about morals. You don't even know nothing about morality. You don't even do things that are morally correct. But if you did, you wouldn't be lying all the freaking time. Lying is not morally good either. So we can think about that. Being disingenuous isn't morally correct either. Omitting facts, omitting stuff to fit your narrative is morally correct either. But that's neither here nor there. Nobody's saying that you can't protest. Nobody said black people can't protest. Never heard that. Nobody didn't have a problem with MLK peacefully protest. Nobody didn't have a problem with that. Nobody didn't have a problem with people holding up signs. People, this is the trick that we see is that the people who are complaining that people are having problems with them doing it peacefully are already doing it peacefully, and they're omitting certain things that happened during these times that people were mostly having a problem with. It wasn't the fact that they were standing around holding up signs. It's that some of them were not doing that. Some of them were throwing rocks, destroying property, and burning down cars. Some of them were doing that during the time y'all were peacefully protesting. Y'all didn't try to do anything about it. They say silence is the same as agreeing. If you don't speak out against it, you are just as responsible for it. Do you? So if somebody says, do you believe that it was correct to riot in the streets and you stay silent? You're not in disagreement. You're in agreement. Silence does not mean yes. No. It means yes. We have already been taught this since we're young, that silence does not equal a disagreement. If someone pressures you on the stand about something they found out and they want to know if it's true or not, and you say nothing, they're gonna assume that it was true. Unless you say no, God, that's not true. That's not true at all. That never happened. Unless you say it, you admittedly, you viscerally deny it. Unless you deny it out of your mouth, it's gonna come as true. That is a fact. So if you are out there peacefully protesting, you're doing the right thing. You're peacefully protesting somebody, and you see a whole bunch of people rioting in the streets. You don't necessarily have to go out there and stop. Okay, because I don't agree with that. Then y'all need to stop doing that because that's bad. It's making us look bad. You're not willing to say that. You're willing to stay silent or give them excuses. You're just as bad as you're giving them excuses. It's just as bad as agreed with them. It doesn't matter the angry. You don't know how they feel. They are probably just using this opportunity to just steal from stores while y'all are out there peacefully protesting in the name of somebody else. These people, the reason these people are against BLM is not because they don't like Black Lives Matter or that they're racist. It's because if you actually read what they're actually demanding, nobody would be for this nonsense. You gotta go past the slogan and get to the heart of the situation, heart of their beliefs. You can't just go up the surface level and say, "Oh, surface level, I'm only gonna follow this group because see their title says Black Lives Matter. I agree with Black Lives Matter, so I gotta join them." I didn't realize. Wait a minute. When you find out what the heart is actually at, it's not where you agree with. I didn't sign up for this. I didn't sign up for defunding the police. I didn't sign up for releasing criminals out of jail. I didn't sign up for getting rid of the judicial system. I didn't sign up for getting rid of the prison system. I didn't sign up for all of this nonsense. What did I get myself into? That's because you're so busy looking at the title. You're so busy looking at the title. The title was enticing. You said it was. I do agree with Black Lives Matter because Black Lives do matter. And of course, Black Lives Matter. But that doesn't mean you need to join an organization for it. You don't need to join a cult for it. Everybody would agree that Black Lives Matter. All lives matter. Like, everybody's lives matter. But the matter is, what does it matter to you? If it mattered, then it'll always matter. It shouldn't matter who it is who's pulling the trigger to killing your life. It shouldn't matter what race is the one doing damage to your community. It should always be the same standard for everybody, everywhere. If it mattered, though, if a gay man comes and shoots your kid, it should matter then. If you go outside, you go outside and get hit by a car, it should matter then. It shouldn't just matter when it's a white person involved. You're more likely to get struck by lightning. No, that's not good. That's even more rare. You're more likely to get hit by a car than you are walking outside and getting shot by a cop. You're even more likely to get shot by your own kind, a gangbanger in the streets, or a thug, than you are getting shot by a police officer. Doing the right thing, and that's if you're doing the right things and not argue with them, not causing a scene, not having your passenger side guy over there yelling at the cop while they trying to deal with you, causing the situation getting more heated than it need to be. Doesn't matter if you're not doing none of these things, and you should be fine. Because in none of these videos, none of these are happening. All these videos of so-called racist police officers stopping people for racist reasons, it's always somebody instigating the stuff. You always see somebody either holding the camera, blah 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 blah, making the whole situation even more ridiculous. It need to be. Not in those situations, nothing actually happens. The fact of the matter is this: they want to paint a picture that is not there. Make the matter they don't show what happened, why he's being stopped. They only show him being stopped, so make it look like, oh, it's some nefarious reason. They're not being genuine. Why is the man being like? Why were they called? They didn't get there on their own. They didn't just decide to just run up on this dude for no reason. No matter is, somebody called them there for a reason. That's point blank. Cops don't show up to a scene for no reason. Okay, they were called there. Okay, they called there, and the guy said you fit the picture for something they're looking for, and they stopped you. It's not because you're black. It's because that's what they were looking for. That's the picture they were paid to look for. So therefore, you fit the bill. But the matter is, that's not necessarily racist. Oh my goodness! Just because. Are not racist if you're not breaking the law, if you're not smoking crack, if you're not breaking drug laws in this country, you don't have to worry about the DEA coming to your house most of the time. If you're not breaking any criminal laws, you ain't got to worry about having to feed or hear the police. Problem. We have a lot of cases. People like to use all these cases, all these examples, and some of them not really good examples. Like when I talk about the Wendy's, that's not a good example of police brutality. He got exactly, first of all, the man tried to reach for his taser and they said he was running away. I feel I'm missing something of this picture. I feel like I'm missing a big piece of the puzzle that would connect these two scenes together. Because technically speaking, what don't make sense to me? When you have something in your gut that tells you something don't make sense, you need to do some research. It is factual that if something don't add up, 1 plus 1 don't equal 3, if something don't add up, then you feel like there's something missing in the story. You need to go look up the story yourself. Because media is going to omit some big facts in here to paint some racist narrative and omit something that obviously needs to be added. They forgot to neglect it to put in there for a narrative reason. This is non-communists trying to create anarchy in the streets. They're only adding gasoline to the fire. That's all they're trying to do. Add gasoline. Keep pouring gasoline on the fire. See, look at this police brutality. Pouring gasoline on the fire to try to put it out. They call anything that disagrees with them far right. Oh, they're far right extremists. They're far right extremists. What defines as far right extremists? They're white, they're far right. They're white, they're far right. Shut up. Man, why do people listen to these people who don't even know the party line? Right? They don't bother to ask the people they're smearing what their beliefs are. They just assume that they're far right, racist white people. because they're white and they disagree with them. I know I'm going long, dumping up all the frustration. But it needs to be said. You can support a cause without joining the cause. You can, you can like the premise of something without joining joining it all together because you see something deep in there that you don't like and you see right through them. They trying to get you to join by forcing loaded questions to loaded loaded membership because do you support Black Lives Matter? Well, no, you're a racist. I tell you the truth, you shouldn't be caring about what their opinion is about you. Why? Because it don't matter. Wicked people don't matter. It's going. At the end of the day, it ain't gonna matter what they say. You gotta stand up for what is right, and don't back down like Drew Brees did, and sold out to the crowd. See, a lot of people who sell out to the crowd for the sake of selling out to the crowd. I don't know why he apologized. Maybe he thought it was a more Christian thing to do to apologize because he offended people. We don't know if he going. I don't think that was very Christian of him to bow down to something he thinks or agrees with. If he felt that in his heart was what God told him to say, he should have kept to saying it. Okay? Whatever God put in your heart to say it, you say it. You don't apologize if somebody tells you you should apologize for saying it. If you feel in your spirit to speak out against something you agree is wrong, you don't apologize for it unless it was wrong. And it's not. But technically, like, if you. And that's a terrible example. What could be. The only time you should be apologizing for something is if it's wrong. Just period. You say you're for murder, that's the only time you should apologize because you say you're for something that you shouldn't be for. Or you made a slip up on your essay or your slip up on a statement you made. That's the only time you should apologize. But the fact of the matter is, you shouldn't apologize for stuff that's your opinion, okay? You never back down on an opinion because somebody bullied you into doing so. Don't never force an apology. Well, those things have to be genuine. Otherwise, you're just doing lip service. You're not really sorry. For what you said, you're just doing it because they told you should do it. Probably threatening to take you off the team if you didn't, because you have to cater to the bullies of the streets. But the matter is, we live in a free country with free opinion. Last time I checked. And last time I checked, you shouldn't be having to worry about people beating you up in the streets because you have a different opinion than they do. Getting ripped out your truck for no reason. Absolutely no reason. Getting beat up for no reason. These people are doing evil things to evil people for no reason at all. But I'm gonna end my rant right here. But in the end, in conclusion, I'll say this, like I said in the beginning, people are not really looking for the truth. They're not. They don't care about the truth. They exchange a lie for the truth to fit their agenda, to fit self-benefit, narcissistic behavior. You see all this around the world. Some people think that you need to kiss the behind in order to be acceptable in society. And the Vince McMahon's kiss my butt thing. But the fact of the matter is this. We need to stop it. We're not. I'm telling you why we live in the last days. It's not gonna change. Not gonna change. Not gonna change. It's gonna get worse. This is gonna increase. It's predicted in the Bible. The Bible said that this will increase. People get worse and worse and worse and worse. You can't imagine it getting worse. I don't even want to know what this kind of what worse means, but it will get worse and worse. No man knows the wickedness of man's heart. You already see some of it today. Anarchy in the street. People making their own freaking towns like this, like let's Fallout 4, and the governors are letting it happen. Imagine if there was nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, because everybody you see is a con artist. We're seeing the road map of evil coming up in this world. People don't read. There's people who are sleeping on the job. Where are all the Christians at? Where are all the real Christians at? Y'all say they're working. They don't put themselves in front of a camera. They're probably being accused of being racist or Nazis if they're not agree with the narrative. Yeah, some who are just don't even know. Even with the woke crowd, even with all this nonsense, got mayors going in the protest taking knees. I don't know. It's just whatever. It's whatever. Whatever floats their boat. Jenkins. But anyway, this love knows best. Signing out. Be sure to like and subscribe and tell me what you think below. I know it's a long recording, but this is